So I'm here near my house and tomorrow I'm off to the UK to catch up with Neil, my co-founder. This is the first time we've seen each other since we launched the beta, so this is going to be a really important trip. There's definitely going to be a lot of coffee drinking, a lot of thinking, just catching up with Neil. Neil's also a close friend, so it'd be good to get some personal time with him. Alright, it's 5:45. I've only slept 4 hours. Bloody exhausted, on my way to Bath. Let's do this. Hello? Yeah, just landed. Alright? Fucking hell. I've just got this thing now, the whole time I'm just going to be filming you. It's just making me self-conscious all the time. 40, how much?
48 in a few days, in a week.
Jeez. You're younger than me. But you don't look younger than me.
Really?
Look. I don't know. People, what do you think? Right, we've arrived in Bath. Actually, we just passed my hotel, but I can't check in yet. So here we are in beautiful Bath, and it's kind of crazy to think how much time I spend with Neil online, but I actually rarely get to see him in person. So this is a great opportunity because we've got a real challenge ahead, which is how we're going to approach editing on Supercut.
Well, we're trying to work out what editing looks like in the Supercut.
Yeah.
And if we go super complicated and really take on the editing piece, which is maybe above where we thought Supercut would be, or if we try and keep it super simple to solve.
We've got to keep it super simple. That's key.
We have to work out the value.
It's got to be super simple. But at the same time, we don't want to be stuck and design ourselves into a corner, right? So many other competitors offer editing features, and we kind of feel like we have to as well. But our product has always been about speed and simplicity, and we don't want the editor to throw us in a completely different direction either. We're going to go and get a really good coffee because I am just so tired. I haven't woken up properly. I think once I do, I'm going to be like a superstar vlogger. We're just outside Neil's co-working, which is actually a church. It's converted into a co-working. We'll show you later. It's really cool. And we're just outside Cologne and Small's Coffee, which is the best coffee place in Bath. Let's check it out. We're just going through this prototype that Neil created, which is a sound wave editor. The real purpose of this is to see how we can align words to sound waves, i.e. the transcript to the sound wave. This is really important for cutting and fundamental for editing. Neil's co-working is actually a converted church. We sat down and got 2 hours of pure focus in this beautiful place. Yeah, just a quick update here. We just had lunch in Giggling Squid, and we were just basically knocking heads to think how are we going to get this editing piece. It's like a really big puzzle to try and figure out. All right, so checked into my room. Let's see, and someone's made themselves comfortable. Got a nice view of the Salvation Army. Got some buses passing, and Neil's just gonna sleep on the couch tonight.
It's a better view there.
Or not? No, you're gonna go home to your kids. So here, Neil and I are kind of riffing on layouts and what layouts should be available in the edit. We kind of have a different bit of opinion on this. I'm kind of pushing for more kind of multiple layouts during the edit. And Neil is more thinking, let's just focus on close-ups and then just having the chosen layout that the user chooses. Basically having better constraints. We don't have a clear idea yet on what's the best way forward, so I think I might stay up a bit tonight working on testing some different ideas to review tomorrow with Neil. So the hotel I'm staying at provides you with a rubber duck to put in your bath, which is kind of cool because when you're coding stuff and you're a bit stuck, you find someone else to do some rubber ducking. So the idea is that you can show another developer what you're doing, and by showing what you're doing and working through the problem, you actually talk the problem out loud and you fix it yourself with actually minimal input from the other person. So that's the concept of rubber duck, which you could just put on your desk and just talk to your rubber duck. I've never tried it to actually talk to a rubber duck. Usually I talk to people, but
It's kind of fun.
So end of day one, and I'm just about to go to sleep. But yeah, really good day. It was really good to get some FaceTime with Neil. And yeah, there is no replacement for seeing people in person, right? Just everything just really flows in a different way. You get so used to just like Zoom calls and stuff, and really it's when you actually get face to face that's when the magic happens. So yeah, it was a really good day. Day 2, it's been a rainy day overnight. Who is it? Who is it? In your face. Today we are going to kind of put pen to paper and kind of visually explore everything we spoke about yesterday in terms of layouts, in terms of editing. So I'm really looking forward to seeing it visually and seeing how it works. We actually spent the whole day in that hotel room trying to figure out what the next steps would be. I actually didn't film much, and by the end of the day I was absolutely exhausted. We're stuck. It's the end. There's nothing else to see here. Neil just left. We just had a massive punch up. He wasn't happy.
I won.
What was our week?
Just a weak man.
You're stronger than me.
Problem is,
actually, I think once we wrestle, then you're
the
stronger
problem
than
is,
So
the fact is there's features that we want to add that aren't necessarily where the product is going that make us have to do preview.
What, like layouts?
Yeah, because the reality is a product like Loom doesn't have the concept of layouts.
Yeah, but we're all about making you look a little bit more pro.
Yeah, but we do.
And just...
We do already.
Just
So-
having that close-up.
Well, that's
We're just switching the layout, so why can't we
that's
just
a
do it
bias.
in the chapter editor?
That's your bias, right?
Fuck off.
So you could turn around and say, well, if you want those features, you need to go and use another tool, right? Hear me out.
Yeah.
Because we already give you a gloss and we remove all of the recording utensils from UI, UX, whatever the CTA.
What are you saying? Not to have any layouts?
No, but I'm just saying, like, we get very stuck in the production side, which makes sense because obviously everyone's interested in the visual elements. Users will come in and say, hey, can't you just add this visual thing, this visual feature? And it resonates with us because it's
like zooms.
Yeah, because it's an interesting area.
Because
actually,
it fits with our brand as well, of like making you more pro.
Yeah, but Loom don't do any of this and still have the majority of users. Yes, they were first to market.
Yeah,
but we also have a lot of users using us still without these features.
Well, I wouldn't say a lot, but...
Well, growing for an unknown, for a relatively unknown product.
Yeah.
So, a lot of people still say, yeah, it's so good, it's so fast, so clean, blah, 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 blah. But like, there's other features people have asked for more than those other features, the layout features. People have asked for other features more. It's easy for us to get bogged down on the stuff that's actually technically time consuming to build, which really might not add as much value as we believe.
If you really want a close-up of your face, just use a different layout, right? If you would just want to be more upfront, and that's it, and we provide that already.
Yeah. And to keep that simple is always really tough because you're always one step away from someone saying, well, it can do this, why can't it do that? And we have a complex render pipeline because to make it super quick, we have to do things in a specific type of order, which means it gets harder to do some of these other elements on the end result.
Like in summary, like if we were just to follow that, we would drop any layout changes during playback and just focus on just making cuts to the video which don't require re-renders, right?
Yeah,
it's just cutting the video.
So you could argue, if we were to get really brutal, and we've discussed this already today, that the only feature we would build would be the cleanup button, and it would be an opinionated, AI-driven cleanup.
But we could have another button, back to layouts, which is, forget the concept of changing layouts, but just the concept of having a close-up, right? And that could just be where in the videos there are opportune moments for me just to have my face focused.
You see,
false economy.
Yes,
false economy.
because you immediately jump back into the close-up thing.
Go.
Yeah, watch yourself.
Yeah, you put some clothes back on.
Emperor has no clothes.
See ya.
Yeah, see ya. So this afternoon, Neil and I had a big conversation around being able to show different layouts during playback. And I think at the end of the day, we kind of thought, well, maybe we should like take the focus off that, because maybe we need to understand our users a bit better, and maybe they don't really need this, or maybe only sometimes. We should focus more on the kind of auto fixing of, you know, cleaning up the ums and ahs, removing any mistakes. One of the things is kind of like pushing us back to be able to do these layout changes during playback is that we need to be able to preview that. It's not about changing layouts during recording. It's just about saying where you want a close up of your face, right? So that makes it a little bit easier, because then we just have to deal with a preview of a close up. So I've just been working on this now, and I'm going to show Neil later and see what he thinks. Good morning, final day in Bath. It's been a really good trip, I think. Just great to be in person with Neil and really talk through a lot of things. It's just clear that if we were doing this over Slack, then we just wouldn't get as deep as we have. So, you know, just that FaceTime is just indispensable. So it's 9 a.m, time for stand up. So we're connecting with the team in Barcelona. It's just Mark today because Hilmar and Martin are away. We've also got a call in an hour with Kate because we are growing, and we are going to offer her a job. All right, should we go out for lunch? Hey, look, it's shit. I think it's good weather. Finally. Hey, sunny, glorious. I like the UK when it's sunny. But look, super nice. Woohoo!
It's sunny, by the way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course it is. He lies to you.
Do you have a camera? What is it?
Yeah, he's filming you.
I'm doing a lot of filming.
He's
I'm
filming
here.
you.
We're doing like a vlog.
Yeah.
We were just talking and like, let's see if we can make this work. It'd be super cool if we could work
Yeah.
together again, and would love it.
Cool.
So let's do this. After 3 days working hard and having some really intense conversations, we only had a couple of hours left, so we just spent some quality time together before heading out to the airport. Have you enjoyed me coming over? Like me personally?
You keep asking me. You keep asking me. Yes, it's been fantastic.
You just say that on camera.
It's been fantastic.
Absolute pain. All right, well, trip over. Time to go. Look how serious you get, man.
Serious.
This wasn't the natural goodbye. This wasn't the real goodbye. We're doing the real goodbye afterwards. We were just doing a goodbye for this.